Oh, darling, I hope you know how expensive it is to look this cheap. Vinyl Guru in the house, here to talk to you about the worst things that record stores do and continue to do and will continue to do until millennia, until humans still exist. So, let's give you a rundown on this list. Worst things. Let's go. Now, first, and probably the most important point of them all, is the overpricing of your records. Why? Why do you do this, record store owners? Why? If I can get this record for $20, $25, why am I gonna go to your establishment and pay full A? I barely like getting out of this hellhole anyways, and when I do, you're treating me like silver instead of the gold that I am? You're the player. You're the sucker, not me, honey. Walk. Don't be afraid to walk. Walk. Number 2, dirty and unorganized record shops. I've been to many all over the world, and I have seen my fair share of really dirty stores. I've been to some where I'm like, my gosh, this is gonna turn into an Indiana Jones movie here. I'm gonna have to get my rope, get my lasso, start jumping through these caves just to find a few new arrivals. Don't make it hard for the client to find what they're looking for. If it's a client that is there on a mission, bam, all the ABCs, LMNOPs all ready for you. Right here, if it's a regular client who comes weekly, bam, all the new arrivals are right there for you. Flip through, my dear, and see if it's some stuff that you haven't seen before. There are people that are a little bit on the organized side and, like myself, roll up at stores, sometimes with a list. I've got a go-to that I'm always forever looking for, and I often have to remind myself of the list because it's quite long, at this point, But you go in there and you have a few goals in mind. Some people, they just want to go in and they want to go out. In and out, baby. Drive-through style. Don't make it hard for you to take the money, honey. Simple business model. Come on. Number 3, rude employees. We all know them. We've all dealt with them. And we'll probably still continue to because life. But I'll tell you, there's this weird underlying joke between record buyers and store clerks, and this wonderfully brutal stigma that comes from the musical elitism of record store employees. I used to work at one, so I know exactly what they taste and smell like, and it ain't a pretty bite. But I don't like when record store owners act like their shit don't stink, act like they don't want to help you. They act like you want to give them a rectal exam. I mean, my God, darlings. I want to ask you a question about a record that you probably don't know because you think your taste is better than everybody else. It's kind of bizarre. And when, let's say I do buy a record, I go to the counter, give you my record, you look at me with those judgy eyes and ask me, are you sure you want to buy this copy of this record? Are you sure? You don't want to buy the one where they pressed it with their sweaty hands in their storage unit in 1993? Are you sure? Don't be that guy. No one likes that guy. Segueing wonderfully from the rude employee is the condescending record owner. This is the person who doesn't give a damn about you too, has that fiery vengeance, but also just looks down upon you like you're the gum on their shoe. Now, speaking from somebody who has been collecting for over 16 years, it's gotten a lot better now than it once was, that is for sure. I'd say about the past 6 years, it's gotten a lot more open-minded, but it took a while to really get there. Let me give you some examples of the kind of stuff that I had to deal with in the past. I'm totally fine with it now, but there once was a day where the gray did not go away. Exhibit A. Here's an example. I go to this store, which, okay, by the way, as a little bit of a segue, any big city will have one of these people as an owner. If this city has 10 plus record stores, one of them is bound to be this guy. Now, let me walk you through. Flipping through and I'm seeing, wow, this place has some great stuff. A lot of original, a lot of UK. So I'm flipping through, and at the time, I really wanted this. Didn't get it from that place, by the way, as a little prelude, but Brian Eno's first record, Here Come the Warm Jets. 1974, Island Press, great stuff. Wanted it, placed it right at the counter, was ready to take out my wallet, and he goes, you know, I don't think you'd like this. I wouldn't buy it if I were you. I don't think you'd enjoy this exactly. And I looked at him like, well, I got it on the counter, don't I? I got my money out, right? I'm trying to... What are you trying to say? What do you think? I listened to the Wiggles? Here's another example. Another store had no tags on any of their records. Nothing. So I go to the guy. This was in Germany, by the way. I go to the owner and I say, how much? How much? And he tells me, well, they range from 2 to 20 euro. I said, okay, great. Now I flip through. Some of these were in really great condition. And I flip through and I see some things that I quite wanted. And I told the guy, I said, okay, you know, I want these two. What would you give me for these? And he looks and he says, oh, you looks like you got some gems there. What do you know about this? Yeah, I'd probably sell these for you. Looks up and down at me, tries to read me, you know, one of those laser matrix looking eye stares, and tells me, you know, 20 each. And I look at the guy like, really, buddy? Really? Is it because of this? Is it because this doesn't wiggle like an American flag? What? What is it? I just thought that was horrible, you know, just the condescending tone that, given the circumstance and the current situation, he was eyeballing a weird price to me, given the presentation. This happens, folks. Not nearly as much as it used to, but it happens. The next one, it's a little bit obvious to regular goers, but when they stack them so tight, honey, she's just like a tuna can roll. This is like a subway station in Tokyo. My goodness, you can barely flip through them. You gotta now take them all off, stack them on another rack, you know, so everybody's getting crushed here while I'm now able to do my tango on this side. Not only is it excruciating, because now you have to do that at every rack you desire to flip through, but it's choking the babies, darling. You want to let them exfoliate a little bit, or else you're gonna give them a ringer. What I mean by that is ringwear, of course. Unless you're a fool like Otis Redding's team and actually put it in like the artwork. Don't do this, people, please. Please don't do this. Don't do this. I hate this. This is the worst. Next, don't just show the people some respect. Show the wax respect as well. As a clerk or store owner, don't take the records and whack them on the counter while I'm flipping through. I'm like, oh, I get tense hearing that sound, seeing it, and it makes me think that you don't have too much care overall on your records in this place. It makes me a little bit more weary spending my money there. I'd like somebody who really treats them like children, cares for them, pets them a little, sings them lullabies. Too much to ask? I don't know. Here's another. No stool or milk cart for me to pop a squat on when I'm flipping through the lower deck. Don't nobody want to look like they're praying or eating like a monk. It's incredibly uncomfortable, and it's awkward for people that are kind of walking around you, and it's not a thing. I've done it a few times while crate digging for things, but it's just not a pleasant experience. Especially if you want the customer to be there for a while, really flipping through everything in your inventory, you really want to keep them there. The best way to keep them there is to make them comfortable. Maybe supply them with a little bit of an RMT massage after if you want to do that. Now the next one is kind of self-explanatory and or common sense, but just be nice to your customers. As somebody who used to work at a record store, the most important thing that a customer wants is the overall welcoming experience. They're there to buy records either for nostalgia or for feel. So if you provide them the ultimate experience of curating the comfortability, they're more inclined to be there again. This is what makes a lot of cafes and bookstores and all of these places a haven for a lot of people that have those fetishes, is the comfortability of the place. Brick and mortars live off of this motto, and they'd have to in order to maintain a wonderful rapport and relationship with the local community. So please, be nice, have a wonderful rapport with your clientele, and it'll show. And when you see the same people rolling in and out of there, and you start to have a great feel for their taste, recommend them something. Now, one of the last ones here, inaccurate grading. Don't do this, folks. Don't try to jip people into paying more when they really shouldn't. It's saying VG plus when it's really looking like a G. Don't do that just to be able to inflate your prices to a more unsavvy kind of clientele. It's not cool. Don't be that guy either. No. We're gonna be walking. Really annoying stickers, price tags that are excruciating to get off. And you know who knows this? People that shop at record stores, because those stickers are some of the worst to peel off. Not only do they leave this kind of tacky residue which lingers on there for eons, but it can also really murder the jacket. It could really strip away quite a bit of it. I mean, I don't know if she's wanting a wax, honey. I don't know if it's been a while, but I really don't think it's necessary. I think that there's a really great store that I go to that has found a way to stick it on the inside of the outer sleeve, but by not making it annoying. I don't know, they really nailed it. And I think that most stores should follow that recipe. There's even another store that I go to where they literally use sticky notes, so it's not as annoying. So I really recommend going that route if you know that your stickers are sticky. And thank you for watching. I make videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so please subscribe. It helps the channel so much to grow for both you and I. We gotta plant the seed. We gotta fertilize this beautiful thing. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. So please subscribe. Thank you so much again for watching, and send this to all the rebels that you know.